Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 1.5, I guess, of Sage. And I'm counting the Crash Bash video I uploaded on my channel as day 1, at least for the sake of the VOD, because this is definitely going up after that. Don't know how many games I'm going to get through today. I downloaded like 6 in preparation, see if that's enough. Definitely not doing them all in one go like I did last year. That was the one and done. I cannot see my mouse. Sliding up, so it recognizes it. I did do some shenanigans to get the stream started, so I might have broken something. Hold on, I'm gonna close and relaunch it. Also, well, I was gonna say you get to see this animation, but yeah, it didn't load in time. Okay, can I pick it this time? Okay, I have a suspicion I know what's going on here. This is being a stinker. Okay, keyboard's working at least, but I'm gonna say leave and hope that closes it. It does. Right? This is a live stream, or a live stream VOD if you're watching on YouTube, so you get to watch me suffer through all this stuff. I'm just gonna load it through Steam. Thankfully, I just put them all on my desktop, so it'll be quick enough to find. Load it through Steam. Hope that fixes the controller issue. If it doesn't, that's 2 games in a row that my controller doesn't work on, and I'm very concerned now. It doesn't work! Okay, I have a controller issue. I might need to give Spark 3 an apology. Okay, closing this out. Stream technical issues already. I think I have it fixed. As I was saying on the stream pod, it is a dumb fix. I was trying to load through Steam, that didn't work. But now it seems to work again. Okay, yeah, it works. And it's just not loading it through Steam after I disabled a controller. Oh, well, I'm using this demo. Okay, I'm not reading through all that, but sure. Powered by Sonic Infinity, I am slightly traumatized by this engine, but it's not necessarily the engine's fault. I forgot to put day 1 back in the title. Oh well. Okay, this is the screen it was on before. So, oh, there's no sound going through. I just noticed that, like, I hear it, but it's not going through. Yeah, fix that real quick. It should be this here. There you go, you should be able to hear stuff now. Might be a little on the loud side, actually. Let's turn it down to around here. It's still loud for me, but I think it's fine on the video. If anything, it's probably a little quiet. Actually, why am I guessing? I can easily check this. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I was just listening back to the stream VOD. Vanilla Grove, Act 1? Okay, sure. So I guess just a single stage demo. It's not a work for a single act. Settings. Video seems fine so far, but I'll look at it. This is all fine. I want to go back. That's fine. Gameplay, controller all seems fine. What are extras? No! Also, why does it even have save data? It's only 1 act. Controller won't let me change anything. Gameplay, FOV, whatever. Motion blur off, thank you very much. there are games where I think motion blur is good. Sonic is very rarely going to be one of those games. Frame limit, but no, direct frame limit. No sane person should ever want it to be capped at 30. No, it won't let me go back conveniently. Hitting right goes down. Why? Hitting left goes down. How do I move over? Why is this so difficult? Disabled. Oh, much at the hide. And I changed the frame rate. You know, whatever, fine. I guess this is just capped at 30 frames. They didn't want to program it in. If an enemy see close or homing, I can stomp on it. Why am I on a boat? This is literally the exact same HUD that Oatman said. Oh no. Oh, good grief, this chugging. I do not have a weak PC by any means, folks, so, this is concerning. It's pretty, but it's not so pretty that it should be completely tanking things. My immediate instincts say that was Angel Island, but that kind of looks more like Babylon Garden. There's definitely floating island, there's quite a few of those in Sonic with those. And I'm kind of starting to lean back towards Angel Island again. I don't know, there's a few things that could be. Sliding is LT, that's weird. Jumping homing attack's what you would think it is. Stomping's what you would think it is. If sliding still works on the B button, like normal. Trying to see if there's like, okay, quick step, sure. Light dash is Y, which is what it's been ever since Unleashed, so that's fine. Boosting, sure. Okay, I'll stop screwing around. Let's actually try to move through the stage. Okay, I can't see what's going on with all that blur. Like, I have motion blur turned off. I still couldn't see where I was going. I definitely glad I turned that off. Balloons everywhere! What are you doing here? I can't tell if it's a little bit or not. It's gonna lean with no. Oh, robot. Hi, robot. Oh, they want me to pick a path. Therefore, I'm forced to pick a path. Right, okay, left, sure. Replay value, I suppose. Probably get you to play it for longer. Oh, no, it don't. Come on. Here we go. Pointing left again. Oh, I almost missed that entirely. Heading to the island? What feels like? Okay, now where's the giant cannon? Why is that boosting your trailer from light speed dash? I figured this out already, but thank you. I pretty light off in the distance. I definitely was not trying to light dash backwards, but thanks. Wait, what are those lights? That one over there definitely looks like it's reachable. Can I run over water? Yep! Oh, I might run out of boost though. I think that's fine. Okay, so seriously, what is that light? Seriously, what actually is that light? It's just a star symbol. Doesn't seem like it actually does anything. I guess followed lights? Sure. Why not? Oh yeah, I had that bug happen in Omens once. I might just give it a crap because there's Omens. Stop talking about that game. I can't help it. It was just a Sonic game I went through, and it was let's just say I was really glad I had just gone through Sonic Triple Trouble recently instead. The 16-bit remake, I should say. I think that's actually part of Sage this year. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to be covering that one. I don't feel a need to go through something I've already gone through. Uh-oh. Spring. Please let me land on spring. Really? Okay. What do these lights even do? In fact, do they do anything? I'm not trying to ask some deep philosophical question here, like I'm being serious, like, do they actually do anything? Are they supposed to be waypoints? I can't tell the direction I'm supposed to be running in. I can't even tell if I'm on the right path. I'm probably not. I'm probably so hopelessly off course I'll never get back to the stage. I don't have boosts. I don't have a way to get boosts back easily. There's some rings over there, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to reach them. I'm just gonna ignore this island. Sit over this way towards the gold light. Okay, well, just run on this way, I guess. Oh, those are speed boosters. I did not see that coming. I saw a little bit of something looking like an aura coming from them, but oh, it filled up my boost gauge too. That was nice of it. Yellow aura! It's a gold ring. Okay. So that was the right way to go. That is definitely not the right place to be standing. I'll give it another shot. Come on, I gotta be able to do faster than 7 minutes. Uh-oh. Let's go right this time. So yeah, this just wraps around here, fine. Okay. This part is the same as what I went through before. I'm not gonna run off to the left this time though, I'm just gonna stay here as long as I can get away with. Oh, well they just want me to go over here anyway. Tap Y, yeah, okay. That's exactly where I was. Never mind. This is where I diverged. Stay on course. I can still barely see where I'm going. Motion blur is hard. I didn't slide. Oops! Yeah. I figured out how to boost by now. Thank you. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I'm going off course now. Unless I can find a way back up. Ha! Made it. Okay, you're supposed to go off these. Okay. I'm playing this straight as much as I can. It's really hard though. Didn't realize I had boost. Where am I going? Where am I okay, this way. Okay, don't waste any more boost. Not until I'm sure I'm in a position. Okay, this might work. There we go. You know, sure, I'm just gonna pretend like that was intentional. Because I think I recognize this area. Hey, look, it's 2022. Okay, never mind, I haven't been here before. That last section, like, I was trying to stay on path, and it was hard. So, they want you to sink down there. Oh, checkpoint! I have no clue where they expect you to go from here. Like, there was no pathing at all. Save a little bit of boost so I can... Actually, this works too. Aw, didn't give me the rings. Wait a minute. I recognize this place. I couldn't get up. Okay, let's try this. Aw, it doesn't give me the boost from underwater. It makes sense, but I can still be bitter about it. Okay, it's this way. Oh, it's a random stop sign. I tried staying on course as long as I could. I don't even know what qualifies as being on course anymore, though. Okay. Okay. Beat it in 5 minutes that time. I didn't actually save as much time as I thought I would. Okay, well... Game 1 cleared. Stampede Breeze coming up. Vanilla Act 2. These all look way more impressive than the stage I just went through. What the heck? Looking for late 2022 or early 2023. Is that for the full thing or just for another demo? If it's the full thing, I might check it out. If it's just another demo, I think I'll just wait till the next stage, probably. Sonic Infinity Adventure Pack. As it stands, I mean, it's an Infinity developed Sonic game. It has a lot of reused assets that definitely don't fit the style like at all. It's not completely terrible. I do think the level design needs some work. Maybe put a few more islands out there so that you're not just stuck underwater the whole time. Well, speaking of islands, make it so that you can climb up most, if not all of them, without needing to boost. Or at least like put some items underwater so that you can get your boost back. Like, this demo kind of showed to me why games like Unleashed and Generations give you boost for drifting, so that you don't get stuck in places like that. Okay, if I hit start demo, will it put me straight in the game? You can quit. Like, it's not bad. It's just weird, I guess, for lack of a better term. Trying to install some random Steam game. I'm trying to get this off my list. You remove non-Steam game from library. Go. It didn't even work on there. I had to take it off of Steam for it to work. Okay, well, that was Arcadia Coast demo. That's weird. I could have sworn it was like, yeah, it's AdvPack Season 2. Arcadia Coast demo. Okay, fine. I'll take the L on that one. Just looking at the webpage, like, okay. But yeah, next is AS2R, another Sonic 2 remake. Oh, okay, first off, thank you for making this game windowed. Like, you don't know how much I appreciate that after the last game. Why is everything so loud? I know y'all can't hear it because I haven't put it in yet, but it's going at max volume again. 13. Okay, putting the sound in first. Now I'm changing the window. You should be able to see it now. Or soon. Ignore the 119 and 216 pixels thing. Actually, that might just be OBS breaking. I'm waiting on the stream to refresh so I can see it. Oh, is it not there? It's just showing for me. Okay, that's kind of buggy. Well, stretch the screen. That's what I would usually do anyway. Waiting to see if it shows up, because I'm getting a little concerned here. Like, it is playing! Okay, there's no way my internet's that bad. Yeah, it should be there. Oh, okay, no. I guess my internet is that bad. It's like 2 minutes behind. I did not see the lines, though. That's... Okay, I'm just gonna refresh my thing. Okay. First off, controller works right off the bat. That's... I can like this. Good sign! What do I have to play? I hit the B button. A doesn't work. South Island Zone. It's the OVA track. Like one of the few songs people... A button is the quit button. What? And jumping is... Okay, jumping is B, Y, and X. Okay, there's just a remake of Green Hill Zone. Which is fine, it's just... And because this game released after 2017, it has to have the drop dash, but it's still on. I didn't make the rules. I really like this drop dash though. It's really snappy. It's actually snappier than it is in like the official releases. But I like that. I do like the hand-drawn look too, even if I don't know, the drawings do look a bit too unprofessional for their own good, but like it's nice though. It does give its own style. To be fair, like they clearly tried with it at least. Like this isn't something like Sonic Robo Blast 1. To be fair, they did try with it. Sonic Robo Blast 1 as well. It's just they didn't do very good. But I hit shield. There's little things on the top right corner I just noticed. That's nice. What does that do? That's a checkpoint? So just make sure, like, I was playing a Sonic 2 remake, correct? Not a Sonic 1 remake? Just being sure. The level design is completely different now. It's definitely not Green Hill anymore. I like that animation, that's nice. Also, there's rings all over the place on stage. Yeah, I deserve that one. That's what I get for talking about there being rings everywhere. Okay, this has got to be close to the end of the stage, right? This part looks really similar to the last time I hit a checkpoint and I'm scared. Oh, hey, Tails! Isn't it good? Like, isn't Sonic 2, like, especially like the Game Gear one, like when they first met? The timer's still going, by the way. Oh, well, that's why. I don't think you're supposed to be able to hit him. I think you're just supposed to drop dash. Or you're just supposed to fail. Oh, it's the Game Gear version of the... I don't think you're supposed to freeze in the air like that. Okay. Let's go! Tails, don't mind me waiting for that signpost. Now loading Underground Zone. Okay, so now we're full on like Master System stages. I really like it. Also, you jump with the cart. That's great. Thank you. Although you do still lose the cart if you get hit. Like the original game did that too, so I can't get too angry about that. It's just nice stream too. I'm liking this one. Like, and I always did have something of a soft spot for the Master System games, which is... I know really weird coming from someone that doesn't even like the Genesis games, but yeah. Uh-oh. They've really made these stages longer. I'm not sure how I feel about yet. I didn't really mind as much in the last stage because, like, that's something that just didn't exist in the original. Underground Zone definitely did. And I'm kind of getting some Sonic Triple Trouble vibes from that. And I didn't hate Triple Trouble 16-bit at all. I liked it quite a bit, but I also definitely didn't like completely fall in love with it like some people did either. Fire Shield, I like this. I assume it works like it does in Sonic 3, I just don't want to test it there. Okay. I do have the Fire Dash, and I'm probably immune to fire. No! Oh, I should have just kept the other shield. Especially here. Oh well, I have an electric shield, which... Yep, got the double jump. Is that a zip line? I guess so. Back to the minecart. It looks so goofy, I love it. Like, how can anyone dislike that? Wait, there was something there. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, well, okay, they combined the two acts into one. Well, I mean, let's see if that's how they're going about it. I don't mind them at all increasing the leveling. I think they might have actually made this harder. What? He can miss? What kind of nonsense is that? I don't think that's supposed to be happening. I think it's just like a random chance of whether or not it lands. By random chance, I meant like 80-20 in favor of not. Are you kidding me? Is it just hard-coded to always miss on this side? I think it is. Maybe it just didn't spawn. Maybe it always lands on this side or something. Or, oh, actually... I had a thought, but the thought was wrong. I was thinking, like, maybe you have to... No, I don't want to quit. It's just that the A button doesn't work. Wait, no, go back. I want to see what was in there. Oh, it's probably just an extra life. Which I am at 9 lives. Ow. I just have to find a safe spot I can stand in. Ow. Wait, the one on the right worked. What gives? So it is random? It's just like absurdly unlucky? Ow. Okay, why did you make this boss harder? It was already stupidly hard in the original. I see why they put the extra life there. This is genuinely harder than some final bosses in this franchise. That's not a good thing. I might be quitting this game here, to be honest. If this boss is going to remain this absurdly difficult. Okay, you can rebound off it without taking damage of this jumping. It works a little better like that. What? No! Also, why do you keep eating my rings? What are they having to you? Okay, how many hits do you have? That many is the answer. At least you're not floating. You're still at an awkward angle, but it's neither here nor there. Okay, so Underground Zone 2. It's a Red Mountain remix now. Interesting. This is nothing like how the Master System version was. I like the remix, don't get me wrong, it just feels so out of place on a remake of the Master System game. I feel like something like Lava Reef probably would have fit better. Like if you're gonna use something from another Sonic game that isn't 2. Or other 2. Uh-oh. Once again, this is all completely unique. Nothing like this in the original, I assure you. Uh-oh. Keep on going. Ah! I don't know where I'm going. Hi, Crab. It's really pretty wherever I'm running. Oh. Now there's a how far back to Phobia? Okay. Well, I reloaded a checkpoint, but my timer is back at 0. This actually, I'm pretty sure this is the beginning of the level. I just put a checkpoint at the beginning. Maybe it stops beginning. I don't know. I can't tell levels apart. Want that fire shield? Either Ozan and Dev. I will thank you. Just the fire shield. I'm not getting that with that angle. Clearly expects me to do it from there. It was so much closer. I jumped too late. I'll give it one more shot, and if it doesn't work still. That time I just didn't jump at all. That doesn't count. What about the drop dash? That's way slower. Okay. I catch up to where I was at soon. Checkpoints are nice. I miss checkpoints. No. Checkpoints. How have you been? I'm just very... without checkpoint. Not again! No! Go again! Back to the beginning! I don't think I mentioned this a lot through Triple 16-bit, but between that game and now, especially here, I'm really feeling it. Why do they feel they need to make these games so hard so early on? The originals weren't this hard. This was the first level of the original. It was over in under a minute. I don't get it. I guess technically second level if you count like Act 1 and 2, but you know what I mean. Okay, made it past the pit of death. Clearly I can't trust those things, so just wait for the get top and go. Checkpoint! I missed you so much! We'll need at least another 1 or 6 between those 2 points, but better late than never, I suppose. Okay, automated sequence. Oh, and now I get like 2 checkpoints really close to each other. Okay, I see how it is. Why is there a spring there? I didn't even hit the spring. I was like, why? It's not even like it was the one they put just for a boss. Nah, it's just there. Which I wouldn't care so much if I didn't just go a really long time without one. Give me fire. Yes. Is that even possible without the fiery shield? Like, it has to be. It's just... Okay. Not you. Lost my fire shield. No. Well, go back down. And back up. Wait, that's a special stage. And I'm just gonna get this no way back. Okay, so they do the big ring, which means they have special stages here. The original game didn't have special stages. Then again, it's a 2D Sonic fan game. They all seem to revel in the random special stages that they can create. Well, that lasted. Got jump scared by a fireball. It's not even a Mario game, come on! Camera, what you doing? Wait, once again, that none of this was in the original? Wait a minute, no, go back! Well... Really? We're fighting this thing again? Okay! I think I broke it. Oh, no, it's working. Okay, so this is just a patience game, like Mr. Cave, I think is what it's called in Sonic 2. The other Sonic 2. Come on. You can hang around. Okay, I think I need to just leave it there. It's always guaranteed to have one. It's just... Okay, I get the gimmick. It's just... I don't want to fight this with no rings. But I will. Again, no idea how many hits you have. It doesn't seem to have any special tricks. Like, can it just end? Oh no, no. There's no rings. They don't have any before the fight. Do you have any idea how many cardinal rules of Sonic are breaking with that? Okay, it doesn't look like it's spawning anymore. Might as well just let it fall. Get the gimmick of the fight is just slow. Alright, try it again. Also, as is basically tradition for me to say at this point, this was not in the original at all! Okay, I can go down there. It's like, okay, I gotta get some rings back. Even just one. Well, two in my case, I suppose. Okay. Here we go again. And again. Oh, why did I do that? Now let it fall. Keep it going. Act 2, why did I do that? Missed my ring. I still missed my ring. There's still a regular boss, but I'm still... Why? Why does A bring up the quit menu? That's... No, you don't do that. Okay. I've gotten used enough at this point to using X to jump. It's just weird. It's too slow. Those strings go flying. Well, I can try it again. Wow. I hit down by accident. Take it. Down to 4 lives, and I'm gonna say right now, if I game over, I'm not continuing crap. Like, that'll be it. Like, that's the consequence of these games going out of their way to make these games way harder than their original counterparts. Front roll. No! No, I still don't want to quit. Like, what kind of control system would you think the normal jump button should be quit and literally every other face button? That's the jump! Yeah, you know, I definitely look at the Y button, but yeah, that's a good jumping material. I can only think of one other game that did that. Balan Wonderworld. You're welcome. You've been compared to the gaming masterpiece of last year. It's going on faster, and it's going up faster. Definitely noticing that. So standing in the corner does work. Yeah, I can't see you take damage, but... Gotta be getting close by now, come on. Wait, it's breaking. Oh, oh. Hey, how you doing? Sonic has passed to Act 2. Damn, it's the best game in Cyber. Did I finally beat the zone that in the original takes, what, like 2 minutes? Maybe 3 for a first-time player? I don't know. This, especially the sequel zone, were actually harder than the originals. I'm very scared of what they're gonna do to it here. Okay, I can jump through that. Does not look like you can. Oh, special stage. I finally can see the special stage. Or that's not a special stage, that's just a bunch of rings. Okay, I'm a little disappointed now. Gotta be honest. Uh-oh. Down I go. Go this way. It's clearly the way the game wants me to go. This is where I came from. You know what? Fine. We're still going this way. It's clearly the way the game wants me to go. Again. Okay. None of the defining mechanics of the original Sky High Zone. Just feel like bringing that up. It's just been rainy with a bunch of clouds. Which, by the way, that wasn't even how Act 1 was, it's how Act 2 is. Checkpoint, finally! I do feel like I'm complaining a little too much, so I will say one positive. Like, the drawing style, like, yeah, it's keeping, like, you can definitely tell the person that drew it is an amateur, but, like, there's clearly a lot of charm behind it, like, and I do think it's growing on me a lot. I didn't fall this time! Magic. There you go. Oh, wow. In case you were wondering, there was no underwater section in the original. Once again, making it way more difficult. You don't get Fake Games Obsession if Fake Games harder. Like, I really don't. So many of them do it. Like, if that's something like you're clearly trying to do from the outset, that's one thing. Like, Parallel Worlds clearly was going for that. And of course, like, Parallel Worlds is like 20 years old at this point. Like, yeah, like that was built from the ground up to be hard. Like, they wore the moniker proudly. Oh, that works. Okay, so I guess it just catches wind gusts now instead of being good. Ah, no, this is the part from Sky High Act 2. They even kept in this stupid Chaos Emerald puzzle. Of all the level design things you could have brought back, you brought this back. Why? At least it's only for rings this time. Oh, you can enable the glide at will. Okay, no, never mind. Take it back. This is a good change. Or at least I think you can. I didn't get to fully test it. I think you're supposed to jump it. Hard to tell, though. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. No, we don't. Don't trust the springs. Okay, get one of these again. Yes, I can glide at will. Okay, no, I take back the criticism I had about this before then. This is just objectively better. You just hit the jump button to glide. Okay, that I like. The point that I kind of hope to turn into a full-on power-up instead of just being a level gimmick. If that's how it's going to work, then sure. They shown it out above introducing power-ups to one of the originals, so why not? And grinding, yeah, that was definitely in the original for sure. Definitely. Spikes! Why so many spikes? I'm worried with all the running left I'm doing, I'm just gonna end up back at the start. Hey, some of these! Oh no, you don't. Get away from me. Can I just sit on these gusts? Like, is there anything stop? Nope. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. I mean, I might as well then, right? Uh-oh. Is there a spring down here? There is. The spring didn't work! Okay, Infinity Engine spring not working was one thing, but come on! Come on! Okay, got another glider. Going back to this. Appreciate there. Oh no, never mind. I can go into the glide. Good. Okay. I can finally get up this. I've definitely already been here. Oh yeah, 100%. Meet again! Just have to jump before that one shows up. I do wish this game followed the principle of the goalposts always to right. I've got no clue where I'm going. It's less like I'm playing a Sonic game, more like I'm playing a Metroid game. As somebody that does not like the Metroid franchise, that is not a compliment. Which I like the 2D ones more than the 3D ones, so I guess you can take something out of that. Really, the shield gets rid of the glider? Why? Also, I want the ring. Can I have the ring? No? Of course not. Oh, bird? That system has all the weird bosses. I remember this boss, I didn't remember it being part of Sonic 2 Master System. I thought it was like Chaos or something. Go back. You can lose the rings with me. Okay, really? If I couldn't do this before, what makes you think I'm going to be able to do it now? Uh-oh. My rule from the last area stands. If I game over, I'm just calling it quits there. Like, this isn't how the original is fought, so I don't know what to do here. Kind of begs the question of why you bother the remake when so little of it's carried over. Okay, so you just have to attack it after the electric strike. Fine. What? Yeah, okay, I got it. Simple enough. So I can't help but notice how my timer reset again. Come on! What? No, my ring! I don't even know how you combat that one. I feel like your only chance would be, I forgot to grab ring. But as I was going to say, your only chance would be is if you had the electric shield. Which this stage does have. Just not any use of it. Okay, there's a life there so that you don't game over. Fine, I'll go on to the next zone, I suppose. I'll let you have this one game. Again, I will never learn. Never learn! Never learn! I'm not even doing this on purpose. That's the sad part of all this. Meow 3, just in case. Now, I've been noticing this every time I've been going over, and I've been very curious what it is. Not this hill, but the one before. There's some red thing on it. Oh, just a warning sign? Warning me of what? There's a boss ahead, a little late for that. I didn't jump! Sometimes I am in fact capable of learning. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Strike and jump. Come on over, birds. Oh, you're warping again. Okay. This lost. Oh no, this attack I never figured out how to beat. What is this? How do you avoid it? I don't get it. So what are these things that are supposed to be the checkpoints? The original didn't have those. The original, I think, had the monitors. So you'd expect them to either use that or at least like change it to star posts. Like basically every other Sonic game. But now, I want it to be unique. I think I'll be fine until the beaconing. Once the beaconing begins, yeah, I'm screwed again. Uh-oh. Yep. I feel like I gotta be in close to the beaconing. Get to a point where I don't care what my life's counter is at. If I don't at least make some progress on this attempt, I'm moving on. I can't keep sitting on this boss that, like, who knows how long. Nice touch again. This is technically only the third zone of the normal game. It's the fourth zone here. So, act. You know what I mean, like, the fourth level. And it's already this brutally difficult. I don't have time for this. Nobody has time for this. I have like 5 or 6 other games I planned on getting through just today. I've got to move on. The shame too is like, there's a lot I do like out of this. It's just they made this game stupidly hard for seemingly no reason. Not this crap again. It's the beaconing. Never did figure out what your weakness is. Speak. No, I'm not sure. Wait, what? What'd I do? I beat it. I guess I'm gonna keep going. This game's on thin ice. Probably won't be getting through the next act, but we'll see. And just like the underground zone, this looks absolutely nothing like anything that was in the original. If anything, it looks more like Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic and Knuckles. That's a thing. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just the bridge. Oh, now the level design is it's have mercy. A little late for that, don't you think? At least it's a remix of the same zone, not some totally different game. Last zone they had a remix of Red Mountain, I think, from Sonic Adventure. It was a good remix, it just did not fit. Ah, no. I don't get it. How do I stay on the vine? Am I going too fast? Am I not going fast enough? I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. Oh no, it's taking me all the way back. Not this again. Okay. Hey, it's like 1 in 4 of these works. That one almost worked. Okay, there it goes. Jump the spring. Oh no, that just takes you back here. Okay, fine. Gotta do it that way. Fine. It did feel way too easy. At least way too easy for this game. Give me till the 4-minute mark. If I haven't found how to get past this part, I'm moving on. It's like basically a minute. Like I said in the book, like, I'm already on thin ice in this game. I gotta get moving on. We keep falling off. And even when I do make it, it's not like it matters. There's a blockade. Why did they do it that way? There's no reason to. I have no idea what makes it pass and what doesn't. I don't get it. Is there a switch somewhere? It's not indicated very well if there is. There's a spring. Okay, you know, fine. I'll give you that one, Gabe. That one's on me. And it was shortly before the 4-minute mark to move. It put me back over here. I never want to see this particular piece of level design ever again. Please and thank you. Well, I get to see that particular piece of level design ever again. I've got no words for what just happened. But it happened, and I have to acknowledge that fact. Whether I want to or not. Honestly, I've still barely moved them. But at least now I know what I need to do. They didn't put a piece of confetti there, they knew that was a stupid control trap. Okay, DKC barrels. Yeah, I know how these barrels work. You always aim for the top. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, I can't tell what direction is up! Remember the DuckTales kids? Not really sure why they used the confetti a second time, but sure. I might as well put that after all the annoying puzzles. Okay, I've been going through this level long enough, you can just move on to the boss now. That's not gonna happen. Fine. The game of Sonic, like classic Sonic grinding, just feels like one of those cardinal sins that should never happen. It's one of those things like even Sonic Team has gone out of their way to like, yeah, no, this doesn't happen. Adventure or boost Sonic, sure, fine, all the time even. Closest thing to it I think we ever get in classic Sonic is just the spin ball repeatedly. What the? What's going on? What are physics? That thing the classic Sonic fans love. What are those? Okay, it works as long as you don't hit the opposite direction. While still hitting some direction. Because, hitting no direction did that. It's, well, this whole switch is just broken. Better get to the boss soon, or I'm gonna time out. Assuming this game has that, I don't know. It's like a 50-50 shot with these fan games. Oh. Again with the cool little confetti just to rub it in. What's left? More DKC barrels. Easiest part of the level by far. Sure. Oh, you got the glider. Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure this part's actually from the stage. He's everywhere. Getting dangerously close to that sweet time of 10:25. Guess we gotta go this way. No helping it. This doesn't feel natural. Totally wrong. Fine. Light it is. Oh, and I got a bubble shield. I think that's the first one of those I've gotten. Well, now I've got all of the Sonic 3 shields. Yeah, they all work exactly how you expect them to. Rings? Okay, 10:25 and it's still going. Ah, yes, spring traps. Fire shield. I like fire shield. It's movement based. Never mind, no fire shield for me. Go back. I'm getting fire shield. There it is. Watch how I went through all that effort and I'm gonna walk straight into another water pit. Sure, it wasn't in the original, but clearly this game has no interest in what the original did, so why does that matter? And I'm back here again. Spending way too long on this stage. I think I'm gonna call it. It's been 12 minutes in this stage alone. Like, I think I like the game enough, but I'd like in the same way that I like Triple Trouble 16-bit. Like, I think it's a neat game, but I would by no means ever call it a replacement over the original. Definitely my favorite game I've gone through so far, though. Like, I will give it that much. Like, the Crash Bash remake goes without saying, and the Adventure Pack, I mean, it's fine, but it's just like one level that didn't really have much direction. Like, they plastered signposts everywhere. Well, this game doesn't have a lot of direction either, but there's also more than one level. And I just generally like how Sonic moves in this game better. And I like Sonic 2 Master System, even if this remake doesn't actually remake all that much. Okay, it's a new area, hold on. If I did, I'll keep going a little bit. I think I'm just backtracking somewhere now. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm done with this game for now. On to the next one. I'm gonna skim over the page after that, just in case there's anything that mentions. Sorry, it's just looking at the page. Top thing was it says this project aims to do. Honor the original game's difficulty. Wow, you failed. Not even close. Not even close. Like, every level in this game needs to be scrapped and redesigned if that was the intention. That's really connects to 16-bit game. It was already connected to the 16-bit games. Wait, this is... Oh, it has peel out. I never noticed. Also, the peel out is broken. Fancy. Sorry, it's just... I couldn't help but notice. It's not broken here. Ah, well. Okay, I can look over this page a little more. Okay, and it just mentions the controls, which I already figured out more or less. It also says to add the game to your Steam library, which, yeah, because that worked out so well for the last game. I had both shields activated once for a bit. New checkpoint. Wait, hold on. Am I somewhere new, or is this backtracking again? I can't tell. This is only the 4th level of the game. Or 5th, I guess. Because again, South Island was added for some reason. You definitely tell they took inspiration from Triple Trouble 16-bit, and not in all the good ways. Okay, for real though, moving on. What's next on my list? Okay, so this one might function a little wonky because some of these games, like, I couldn't extract them, so they're stuck in their rares, and this is one of them. Something screwy goes on, I'm blaming that. It's just called Chow Adventure. Well, that's a good sign. Windows security went off. Always a good sign. Oh, no, it opened. Hold on, I gotta add the window. There is 2 different things. Okay, no, it's this one. That window, and then I'm gonna have to add the audio as well. And I'm just gonna preemptively turn the audio down. The audio thing on here, it just says, it's literally called just a demo. That's great. Alright, let's play demo. Play demo of Chow Adventure. I'm clicking. Okay, I have to hit space when I'm hovered over. That is weird. Press E to use teleporter. Tutorial, extra 1, extra 2, and... So, in Chow Adventure, you play as a Chow with a gun. Okay, well, 10 out of 10 masterpiece, so do I need to mention anymore? This is probably going to end up being a really short one. Left mouse button to shoot, I have noticed. You can go in the opposite direction while you were shooting. I figure this is like Portal logic. Okay, how do I get up here? Like, this is as high as I can jump. I can't double jump. There doesn't seem to be much in terms of like, oh, if you. Okay, so if you jump and shoot at the exact same time, you'll go flying like that. Press R to restart the level. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that, thanks. Like, I do kind of wish the tutorial mentioned that one. Like, they kind of do, but they don't mention anything about the timing. That's what you need to get through. So, wait, I just realized it's not screen sharing. Why? I picked the window. Hold on. Okay, I am back. I didn't even check to see if RTX is going, so if you can hear my pan, I'm sorry. Okay, now it should be fine because it would be showing up the wave graph. So, anyway, let's load this up again. Okay, I need to get my web browser back. Hopefully it saved all my tabs, because I had all the Sage tabs on here. Of course it didn't! Ugh. Okay, I can salvage it. I just have to check my... I just have to check the web browser. That's the cursed page I don't want to talk about. That's a game I decided I didn't want to do. That's the game I couldn't figure out how to download, so I gave up on that one. Dr. Bonnie's Badnick World, that's the one. Okay. And it's just called Badnick Quarrel here, so. Badnick Quarrel! Great program trying to update right now, so there ends up being like a battle for supremacy, blaming it on that. Once again, Breath of the Wild music plays, but hey, that just means it's doing the same thing as before. Kinda glad I wasn't able to set that up. It's doing it again. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's the game. Maybe the game doesn't work right and it's forcing things to run like this. You know, hit start game. Three different updates going right now, so I can't stop the stream. I'm going to break all of them, and some of them are kind of crucial. I didn't want to keep the stream waiting too long. I keep hitting start game, it's not working. You just close the window? No, there's no way it was modified information. I refuse to believe that. I can just extract. Oh, undo. I did the wrong extraction. I did the one where it copies all the files out. Extract files. And extract them into that folder. There. Maybe. Just maybe. That'll fix things. And most of the updates finished. Brazer's Dragon's Feet, it's still going. I have to figure out what's broken. Whatever I just unplugged was it. What did I unplug? It's not my microphone. It's not my mouse. It's not my keyboard. It's not even like my mouse pad because that has like an LED on it. It's not my controller. It's still lit up. It's not the Wi-Fi. Believe me, I've memorized where the Wi-Fi one is by now. And the second I plug it in, it freaks out. Okay, that's staying out for now, whatever it is. I'll figure out whatever I unplugged later. And now it's asking me to reboot the game, which I'm definitely not going to do. Or but the computer. Once we reboot the computer, no, it's not happening. It's still giving me this window that I can't open later. I'm not rebooting. Okay, I'll try it as an administrator, and if that still doesn't work, like I'm just moving on. Like I can't keep trying to bug fix this game. It still won't start the game. Okay, yeah, I gotta move on. I can't waste time trying to load games that aren't gonna boot up. So, hold on. I will give it one shot because there is an online manual for this. They might mention something about boot up being weird. Okay, now this game is assuming that you can get into it. I can't, so game over for this game. Okay, what was next on the list? I did Chow Adventure, Dick Creature Oasis. I think I can ignore these. I guess that's Green Hill again, which has a very creative name. This one is not in a RAR folder, so nothing should break. Emphasis on should. Okay, here, easy stuff I can add right away. Uh, the title screen is frozen. That's not a good sign. Why is everything broken? I don't get it. Hey, running as admin again. It doesn't look like it's trying to load anything. Now it definitely looks like it's trying to load something. It's even breaking the so it's breaking my volume mixer. And it broke it really hard. That's never a good sign. Volume mixer is not responding and has to close. Yeah, okay. Saw that one coming. It's not loading. Okay. Where's Green Hill again? I'm only doing fan games today. The issue is, like, I did a few original games last year, and they all tried to copyright strike me on that VOD. That VOD has been one of the most obnoxious things to try to keep up over the last year. I don't want to go through that pain again, so I'm not dealing with that crap on this video. I'm gonna let them all have at like a singular video. They can all have that one. And I only did like 2 fan games, so I'm like really bitter about that one. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them. Okay, loading the Green Hill Zone again. Thing. See if I'm reading something wrong. This game has same control schemes, generations. Yeah, that I need something a little more important than that. I need to pick stage X game because nothing will happen. Uh, uh, how long am I supposed to like? I have an SSD on this computer. Like, it should not take a long time to load. It's installed on that hard drive. Well, that's 2 games now that won't boot. I've gone from breaking early in game to not even functioning. Starting to feel like I owe what was it, like Sonic Riders X an apology, because at least that game it just didn't work when I got in game. Like, these are I'm lucky if they boot. If they do, they'll crash on like the loading screen. Like, it's not even picking up on my game capture sources, even though I put it in. Reloading it again, and it's still not working. I'm moving down the list again. If they fix the issue another day before the end of the event, I'll come back and look at these. But again, I can't waste any more time on these games that just don't work. Okay, after that, I went to some games I'm definitely not doing. So next is the last one I downloaded. Okay, maybe I need to download a few more of these because clearly they don't all work. And the last one, that was one that looks like absolute garbage. If that doesn't wrap everything up in a neat little bow, I don't know what will. I guess I have to go to the showcase and try to find. What about the stuff from the old ones? The ones are for 2022. Page. Sonic. What is it? 2022. Nope, sure. Give me the 2022 coming soon. Sure, whatever. It's fine. I don't want to find random games. I already explained why I'm not doing the originals. And then, oh yeah, the reason I stopped here is because there is a bunch, and I mean a bunch of fan games for other IPs after Green Hill again. Just not even like Crash Bash, where they had like Sonic as a random playable character from cheat code. That was just not Sonic at all. Like, there's like 6 Mega Man games here, okay? Okay, this is the first thing on here that looks even remotely Sonic related. I'm gonna regret this one, aren't I? I'm downloading it. I'm gonna regret it, but I'm downloading it. As for this game, I need controls. Okay, it's good enough. Will it load? Opening a window. Ah, it's so loud. Once I finished downloading the other game, that's great. There it is, Shadow the Hedgehog, or Project After Shadow Theory. And yes, it is using a song that I have PTSD over. Thank you for asking. Oh, you can't hear yet, can you? There you go. I'm gonna turn off the audio just a smidge. What was the controls? It doesn't say. The controllers work? Nope. Okay, this is gonna be a keyboard game. This is a little too quiet. It's just the opening was really loud. Why is this playing Lost Impact? Why can't I homing attack? Like, come on, Shadow can homing attack. He has no options in the air now. It'd be like playing Shadow Hedgehog, but not only do you not have no guns, but you can't even like your only option would be to punch. Feels like I'm playing that old Flash game from way back when. Yes, last grid. The AI is stupid, I can get away with it. That is a teleport move. Well, sure, I guess if I don't feel like fighting enemies, I don't have to. That's handy. I thought I decided to go with another game. But I don't think I want to end on this one. There he goes. No, I'm not doing them all in 2D. You can't make me. I'm falling endlessly into the abyss. I think I've had about enough of that game. Moving on to the next mistake. That was the Project After Shadow Theory. I'm gonna regret this one. Okay. Open folder. Surprisingly, it's not a virus. That's my first fear cleared. My second fear is actually open. It's just called Project. Like, we don't already know what this abomination is on the download page. Wait for my internet to come back. Having issues. I think it's good. Find out. Just not Project PC. Okay. Okay, you're all going to know exactly what this abomination is the second I start screen sharing. So I'm going to start with the audio on this one. What even do I guess it's Project 164 shipping? And game capture, sure. Look at this, isn't it beautiful? I like how the languages are mixed up, sure. I have no idea what any of this says. I don't care. We're hitting this one. I don't know what this says. I don't care. You know exactly what this is.
You don't know the way.
It's a game called Run.
I don't remember you. You were present at the marriage. You were present at the
Do you know the way?
This is.
I don't remember you. You were present.
You don't know the way.
Commander.
You don't know the way. Do you know the way?
No, I don't know the way.
The commander has a ball. I don't remember you. You were present at the marriage of the commander.
Oh, I didn't even see the switches down here.
Respect my brothers. Respect my brothers.
Okay.
Respect my brothers.
Okay, I get it.
I don't remember you. You were present at the marriage of the commander. I don't remember you. You were present at the marriage. The commander has a ball. The commander has a ball.
Do you know the way?
Oh, I didn't see the blue one up there.
My brothers.
You don't know the way.
I am powered by the devil.
I've long been gone, but
The
today
commander
I
has
am
a
back with
Let's
you.
go. Okay, I get it.
I don't remember you. You were present at the marriage of the commander.
You don't know
I've
the
got
way.
5 of our 6 out of 7, whatever that says.
The commander has a ball.
Do you know the way?
The commander has a ball.
Hey, it's
The
Sonic.
commander has a ball.
Gone, but
Sonic
today I am
wins.
back with you. Gone, but
I mean, we all know exactly what this game is now, don't we? Do I really need to keep going? Trust me, all know what it is. Okay, what's next on the to-do list? Because clearly the bar is so high now. Okay, a name like this could be... It's either going to be the best game in the event or it's going to be the absolute worst. Looking at the screenshots, I'm leaning towards the latter, but we're going to find out and it's going to be great. The download is on Google Drive, so when this gets shut down in like 4 months, you don't get to yell at me. I'm sending the links of what they exist. I'm definitely not holding on to these games. I held on to one game from last year, and that was Big's Big World. That should surprise absolutely nobody. I kept playing it for a good few months after the fact. Have not booted up though since I think like I'm gonna say like April-ish. Like it lasted a while. Well, this is Google Drive. It's taking forever to download, so I'm gonna move down the list and I'm gonna find the next game on here to suffer through. Okay, once again, with a name like that, it's either gonna be the best game at the event or one of the worst. There will be no in between. And this one has a download directly from the site, so it should go a lot faster. I say that, it's not loading. That's not a good sign. Come on. Open up. Okay, seriously, the other game, it's estimating 18 at 3 days. Okay, that's my stuff working. Come on. Oh, okay, there! I think I fixed my crappy internet. There it is. Yeah, now it's saying like 2 minutes or less, which makes sense. It auto connected me to my crappy network. I don't know why it does that. That thing is so bad. Like, it's genuinely worse than dial-up. The download link is not working on the page. Can I just save the link? I can. Okay, that works. Okay, well, I got 2 of these now. Starting with SHDLDR 2022. I guess as good as mine is what that's supposed to stand for. It's another 2D shadow one, which after the last game, I'm terrified of. But hey, maybe this one will work. Well, that's not a good omen. Well, boot straight into the game, for one. Okay. Yeah, add executable. I'm guessing it's whatever this mess of letters is. I'm gonna stretch the screen. Alright, let's get going. What are the controls? Arrows to move. WASD doesn't even work. Okay. Wait, no. Don't continue. I don't have to continue from. Wait, where am I?
Damn it. I have to make sure I don't fall here.
Yikes, this is really loud. Down you go. Well, OBS died. And so did OBS.
Damn it.
Okay, I'm back here, and I really need to turn this down for myself. This is way too loud. I will turn this back up. It still is. I got my internet back. Whatever. Stop streaming. It's still broken. OBS broke. Did that fix the stream? Internet died. I immediately reconnected it, and OBS just had a fit. So, okay. Also, it should be a lot quieter now. Thankfully, that was loud for me too. Well, it definitely plays better than the last game did. I will give it that much.
Maybe I can break this.
It's what? No, you can't, Shadow. The answer is no, you can't. So there's whatever these gem things are with the hollow. I guess those are the replacements for rings because for some reason there's no rings here. What are these doors? I don't know, they're set dressing. Maybe these signs? No. Okay. Figured I'd try.
I have to make sure I don't fall here. Is this a dead end?
Yes, yes it is. This chest is the only thing that kind of looks interesting. It's like, oh, there's a full screen button. That would have been nice to know earlier. A is to open. Okay, that wouldn't have been my first guess. Or my 12th. I guess that's to get into doors. Hope it's the most recent one. I'm gonna be going for a while.
This.
There's a chest up here. There's the A button. Oh, door.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
it's
can
sealed
break
off.
this.
Oh, it's the... Okay, it's X. Okay. Who looked at this and thought, yeah, this belongs in the Sonic fan game show? What part of this looks like Sonic, dude? There's not even rings! Shadow and all the gun imagery is the only thing that's even remotely. The condition of Project SHD was transferred to another base. Come on, let me through! Oh, yeah, can I read signs now that I know what the button is? Yes. Electricity point. That had nothing to do with electricity. Good sword shot. Another chest. Okay. Doesn't open. I guess not just background dressing. And here's too dark to see. Really? You're pulling that on me? Hang on, I'm probably just gonna go for the next game. The next game looks like it had a chance of actually being a Sonic game, go figure. Apparently putting Shadow in fan games is poison to them. Alright, moving on. The episode literally called Shadow's Ladder. What kind of name even is that? Shadow's Ladder? I mean, hell again. But that's literally what it was called. It's just... Seems like every year there's less and less of the 3D fan games. Like, I really want to go through anything I can get to work. Die again. No, I think it's still going. Okay, it's OBS says it's trying to reconnect. It must have never fixed from last time. Okay, no more Shadow's Ladder nonsense. There's two windows with the same name. I'm picking one at random. I was right. Okay. What did I even... Oh, I just had Steam. Oops. Delete. There it is. Add executable. Okay. That is the full-size window. That is not letting me make it any bigger. What if I put it on this window instead? Because there was the multiple windows. Nope, it's still full. Okay, well, I'm going to delete window capture because I was breaking something. Once again, it's really loud! You get to go down to 2. You're way too loud. Okay, you have to do the fun game of manual stretching. Does controller work? What was I expecting? Need arrow keys, move. What amount is that? Jump is spin. X is booze, Z is light dash. C is slide. That's weird. Oh, the jump dash feels weird. Glucose, sure. What was the level? I played Sonic Next 3, you know what those rings mean?
It's go time.
Break the audio, because now it's a little too low. Well, that should be better. It's a very Sonic Rush-esque, which makes sense, because Blaze is in the game. It's literally called Sonic and Blaze. I'm supposed to say Sonic vs. Darkness from way back when. I know that game was cancelled. Wouldn't be surprised if this was made to be like a spiritual successor. The boost in the stage so far. But I do wish controller support existed. I'm surprised it doesn't. Can't jump, it won't let me. There it goes, you have to get arrows. So weird. My keeper's just trying to go up. I don't think I really need to use the jump dash working like that. That is jarring. That gets off way too early and way too suddenly. Okay, now suddenly White Palace, because why not? Back.
It's go time.
Please don't just be like infinite boosting it out here. Like, there's no harm in it. There's no score. Just the hub area. Like, at least do what Unleashed did and put rings around so you can get your boost up that way. Okay, Glucose Act 2.
It's go time.
And that's just gift even compared to usual. Like, that's rough. Like, I know people like to meme about never having any reason to boost, but you literally have no reason to boost. Spin dash, I mean, the place every uses the word boost is spin dash. Not see that coming at all. Give me respawn, it does. This feels very water palace-y, which I mean, the models are even the same, so checks out. Well, they're not the same, but they're made to look the same. Okay. Yeah. And now the jumping works. I see how it is. As soon as it's convenient, right? I think I might be in the death zone. I am definitely in the death zone. Oh no, did I spawn back here again? I did. Okay, well, I won't waste as much time on this. Couldn't be as tight this time. Come on. There it goes. He boosted off the ring and did it by accident by just jumping. Sure. This would easily have a stomp button and not just like down for jump or something. I think that's how some of the other 2D games did it. Pretty sure it sounded like Colors DS versus did it. It felt good there. Well, they clearly played Rush on this. I'm sure they went to Colors DS as well. Pain, suffering. I just want to hit the C button. Get up! Really? Really? No. No, I'm not taking the risk this time. I'm taking the bubble. What worked that time? I can't move. I'm stuck. I'm gonna be honest, that last level kinda killed my excitement for that game. Too much water. Who knew all those years ago IGN was right? Okay, what's next? Guess I might as well open the next bunch of them. Solmic and Shadow is what the next one's called. It's kind of like just looks like a sandbox out of like Sonic Speed Simulator. Downloads on a Mega.nz site. So once again, if things go screwy, what's going on? Figure out some of these next ones. I can't like how this one looks. They blink as that one's just on the site, thankfully. Okay. This one's on the website. Okay, but the one I was the first one I was downloading, like that one only has like a minute left, so I'll just let that one download and then we can continue. Perfect timing for internet to be dying. But to be fair, I am downloading multiple videos or games, so sure. I'll let that one off. Whenever it's done, it's still got a minute to go. The other page has about 2 minutes. Well, it's not going to be too far behind, hopefully. Really hope the controllers work. A bunch of games today where they just are not supported at all. I'm not super upset about it unless it's a game where they have like controller inputs on the screen. That's why I was giving Crash Bash such a hard time over that, is because they have controller inputs on the screen and it still didn't work. Not even for the controller that they had the input showing for. Whoops! First one has a few seconds left. Okay. And thankfully, once again, it has a page. So don't have to have it stuck in the RAR. What the? Sure, whatever. Asking for permission to install a feature. Feeling visit it wasn't somewhat sketchy, but it's official sounding enough. I'll just do a virus scan after the fact. The game crashed after the splash screen. Or maybe it's one of those games you have to run as administrator. Yeah, you have to play this one as admin. Okay. The display is not going through for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, there's also another one that has 2. Audio's going through, I can see that. I'm gonna turn the audio down while I figure out what's going on. Video. Go back to the first one again? Actually, this might be one of the weird ones that I have to use window again. Ugh. Gross. That is my sound mixer, yes. Okay. Transform. Screen. There we go. Just ignore the fact the game's supposed to be 4x3 and will be golden. Also, it is once again another game that the controller does not work on. So, literally the only green hills so far, so don't even try clicking on the others. First, just click
How
on
to
them.
play as me, Sonic.
Frame by frame. Press the up arrow key to jump. See, you'll be vulnerable to flying enemies. Press Z to perform a spin attack. Happens automatically, and you gotta help them. So this is Super Mario Run, basically. Press down to roll. Okay. Simple enough so far. It's just up, down, and Z.
Ready anytime.
Yeah, this is just Super Mario Run. Okay, ignore the fact that they failed at the first possible encounter. Good time! I tripped over a rock. I keep forgetting that you have to spin into a ball. I just keep thinking that you can hit the jump button and you'll be good. But no, you have to jump and then hit the spin. I will just hit them both at the same time so I don't make the dumb mistake. What are iframes? I've never heard of those before!
Are you ready?
Okay. No, you don't. I like conceptually.
Ready?
Not so thrilled about getting obliterated every possible turn. Yeah, I definitely think the knockback should be a little bit more. Bounce, bounce. Slow down. What? Don't mean scientific terms what I did wrong there.
Yahoo!
I didn't have to be like a total grump this whole time. Like, there's the games here, but like even some of them that I know better about it. I know it was a bit better about like the Sonic 2 remake, but it was still a good game overall. It just had some fundamental issues. I'm willing to go so far as to say that the part where they say they were going to emulate difficulty of the original is not just inaccurate, but it is a full-on lie. That is,
Are you ready?
like, I refuse to believe anyone would play the original and play that and be... Yeah, they were definitely going for that, for sure. The tutorial stage is harder than anything you would have ever found on the Master System. At least anything you would have found on the Master System that's Sonic related, that's for sure. There, got it. Yeah, I did it. Egg box the boss. Oh, he just wants to reflect those. Okay, easy now. Well, back to the fight again. I really wish I didn't have to click on this every time.
Are you ready?
Still not really sure either why I did wrong that time. Yeah, as I said, I really wish the code support worked. What am I doing wrong? Maybe you can't do the drop dash, maybe you have to spin. Oh no, you have to do the ones that say hit. I can't read. I'm just gonna leave my mouse over there.
Are you ready?
This works. Okay, I got some really good RNG that time. Well, there we go. That's it. Good. I know, sure. I might go back to this, make a full game if I got time. So feedback is appreciated. Music was taken from the LEGO Dimensions Sonic DLC. Noticing a lot of proof of concepts this year. Like, that one, at the very least, I feel like wasn't made in under a day. Like the Chow one was definitely made in a day. Like, the one with the gun, like yeah, no, like that they finished quick and just threw it out the window. Go for that one I was looking at before that looks like it's kind of Sonic Speed Sim. I mentioned that before. A bit of a big one, so this one's going to take a minute to extract. It's a couple gigs. Okay, there it goes. Pretty sure it's too late to be worrying about whether or not Epic Games has access to my computer. But, thanks for the warning. Engine? Really? Okay. Not executable. What the? Oh, you know what? I've got to delete game capture and replace it. It's because Because like the last thing was windowed. I wouldn't notice because I had to butcher the game capture for that Sonic and Blaze game. The glories of live streams. There we go. That's the full screen. It's a little bit. Not as bad as some of the others. I'm gonna turn it down to like quarter. Yes, I'm sure because I don't have a previous file. This is literally just the Sonic Unleashed opening. I can skip this. I wonder how much of the 2.2 gigs is literally just them posting the opening Sonic Unleashed again. I wonder how much of it they posted, because obviously there's no Werehog. Oh, and now it's Sonic 06 opening. Once again, just got the basic.
I've waited a long time for this.
Nice stitching.
Chaos control.
I have no idea what their story they're trying to tell, and I can't get over to just using clips from the games. So that's all I can really stitch together.
What?
Yeah, I'm not reading any of that.
Shadow, what are you doing?
Okay, first off, Sonic characters would never be the one swearing.
What?
However,
If anything, Shadow's swearing less than Sonic. What's going on?
That's kind of weird.
okay.
Hey,
Why did the
It's like I said.
come on, let's do.
This is weird font. I don't get it. Controller still doesn't work. Great. Pretty sure it's supposed to work. Still use keyboard controls. That stupid final boss of Sonic Gomez made me learn the infinity keyboard controls one way or another. The game randomly decided to stop supporting controllers until it decided they were okay again. So now it's Flying Green Hill. Only out of the left side speaker. Weird. Now it's only out of the right one. Oh. Is that like really music rock or something? That is a really weird design choice. Light Dash definitely looks better here than the other baby game I tried. I'll say that for sure. Okay, I'm trying to compliment you. But okay, that switches me to Shadow who's drowning. Shadow doing? He's still drowning? He's still drowning. Okay. Something tells me this honestly might be the most quality Shadow thing I get to go through all day, so... Even if I have like zero interest in the story, I can't tell whatsoever. Sonic. I like that the excuse of being stuck in here. I'm just chilling, I guess. We got a rain on the rail. Perfect. That's 4 shards. Am I taking the fort? I don't know. I didn't read the story. I couldn't take it seriously when literally within the first couple of words Sonic started swearing. It's like, okay, yeah, no. You lost any chance to actually care. Especially when you have like a hunter like this. Like, at least there's shit like it in his own game. Like, oh, like, there's like a darkened city. This is a green hill zone with mushrooms. Cherry trees. Sorry if like not even letting humor take you remotely seriously. Is that the door? I'm out of this place. I think. Good. Aww. A blocked ring route. Okay, fine. 1 out of 50 medals, whatever that means. Don't ask me questions. Think I know anything? The first time I was like, really should have sure that works. I'm fixing the other one. Just disable the setting. It should still be disabled, so I hope it's not too high for that one. Sorry, I didn't hear me before I know it's flashy. But, no, it doesn't work. Okay, where is this supposed to be then? I went through Green Hill, I think. Some town with boring. This one prefers 10 and 2. I mean, technically I found 2 of those, but I don't think that's what they need. What kind of cursed nightmare fool is that? Oh, that's supposed to be an electric field. I couldn't triple. This is just normal. This happens. That rain capsule. Come on. I guess it's off limits. I guess those are off limits too. Okay, well, I got 10 of them. I don't think it'll matter, but I got 10. The requirements to open it? What does that even mean? What are the rings? Those coins, huh? but I thought this might be the most quality thing before Saturn all day. Yeah, that still holds. I just want to repeat that. What happened to Sun? Oh, he's stuck in the pool now. Also, the shield is there. Yes, I would like to sink, please. I'm trying really hard to fall. Whatever. Actually, go with Shadow. I thought I saw a pistol. I did! Okay. Okay. Now, there's something. It's a map. They're literally called routes 0, etc. Okay, so there's 2 shops as well. Nothing that tells me where I am. There's some bridges. I think the first ring I saw was Route 3. I also have no clue where I am. I need to find one of these rings or shops and get to figure out where I am from that. Okay, this looks like something that might be on the map. Big old bridge. Oh, it actually shows me where I am. I'm close to Route 2. So I am as far away as I could possibly be from being where I want to go. Okay, so we are not going to cross that. Instead, we are going all the way into here. Tapping the button, I'm holding it because... You can hear shadows sometimes, but I'm not too sure why. He's not around. He left me to die. So, Ash left him, so... Oh wait, no, Shadow is here! Go there! Okay, Mushroom Hill remix. Okay, this is Route 4, so I need to go south. Shame I don't know what direction south is. I think that's east. I didn't move enough. This is south. Let's go. I need to get over this wall. I think that's stage 3 over there. Okay, now it's playing Live and Learn for some reason. I have had that song copyright strike my channel before, so hopefully you can do that. Also, still playing the Mushroom Hill music. It is a complete total cluster. This is beautiful. Where am I? Oh, I completely... Wait. The thing I saw was Route 0. I gotta go back. this one over here. Oh, look at. Well, I am very nearly out of boost. Is Shadow any better? Oh yeah, he's at his full boost. So he does. Oh no, I heard. How far back am I? Far back enough that it has to load. I am basically on the opposite side of the island. So I know which direction to go. It's easy enough to get to at least. It's gonna take down again. Crystals here. Use crystals. So, Angel Palm Island. What is this greatness? There's still these crystals in these levels? Okay. Whistling. Quickly. Keep whistling, I didn't get it. Whistling, I mean, trying to cackle someone. Something you're doing wrong. Golden. I'll take this. There's bomb. That was somehow an accident. Okay. I'm gonna give this game a break. If for no other reason, again, the controls, like, if I find out later if the controls do work, I'll actually give this game a second chance. But it's too exhausting to play this game keyboard only. You know what? I'll give this game the same chance that I gave the other game. I'll try adding it onto Steam first. See if there's any notes on their website. They don't care about your screenshots. I just want to. This game has full controller support. Mm-hmm. What was it? F'd out? No, not the Arcadia thing. It didn't work with the last game, but it might work here. That's a program. Had a really boring name of just play Sonic and Shadow. There it is. I just roll because the bundle has ruined my Steam library. It is massive now. Nope, it's still not working. Still not working. Well, I'm back to this mess again. Screw it, I'm stubborn. I'm gonna stick through with this. That said, I think I've been recording / streaming for like a collective 3 hours. So I'm going to give this one a break for now. I'm going to try to figure out the controller thing. If I do, I'm going to give this game an honest shake on the next day. If not, I'm just going to move on, because there's still a few more I can go through. And then there's still stuff like mods and the original stuff, so I still have a couple days worth of content to go through. And some games that I just had to give up on before because I couldn't figure out the download pages, so... Or stuff like the Green Hill demo. It just didn't seem to work. They wouldn't even load. Yeah, thank you for watching. Next time I'll be doing that, so until then, take care, stay safe, have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, quick follow-up, actually, I'm not even streaming anymore, but I fixed the controller thing. It actually was my controller this time, it wasn't anything on the computer. It just needs to be plugged back in. I know it sounds so simple, but I really avoid doing that because of the thing I mentioned earlier with my Xbox turning on whenever I unplug it. So, a lot of the games that I was complaining about not having controller support might have actually had controller support. You can kind of see the outline now, right? Even just navigating the menu felt so much better. All the controls you'd expect. Really pretty similarly to that first game, but... Okay, so yeah, I'll give this game an honest shake next time. The fact that it saved my progress helps too. Yeah, actually, you know what? While I'm still going, what were the other games I went through that I was complaining didn't have controllers separately? There's Sonic and Blaze. I'll give that one another shake too. That's the only one that I can think of that I went through that might have actually impacted my enjoyment. What was this one again? What was the Project.exe one? Gosh darn it. Was that Uganda? Yes, that was Uganda Knuckles. Yeah, no. Renaming that folder so I don't fall for that again. Yeah. Nuts. Sonic Chess and maybe Sonic and Blaze. Green Hill Zone, if I can figure out how to get that one to load. And then everything else will be stuff that I haven't gone through. So now, for real, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Take care, stay safe, have a good one. Again, bye-bye.